everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to do my Project Pan 2018 update. This is my first update and I believe my original video was from February. I will link that in the cards or down below in case you haven't seen that. So this is my check-in after a quarter of the year or 3 months to see how I've got on. I was going to do an update after a month, but I didn't make much progress on a lot of things, so I thought I'll give it 3 months for my first one to not be too hard on myself. I'm going to try and run through in the same order I did in my first video, and if there's a product that I'm taking out either for it being finished or I just want to take it out of the project, I will then tell you which item I'm going to replace that with. And then I think at the end there are a couple of additional ones that I'm going to be putting in as well. I will put a picture on the screen of the previous progress. With regards to editing, I don't yet know how to put picture in picture on the screen, so it will be as a separate sort of slide, so excuse the bad editing on my part there. But let's get into it. The first product is the Victoria's Secret Fragrance Mist. At the time I filmed that video I actually forgot to mark this with a pen as to where I was up to, but I will put the picture in here now so that you can see where I'm up to in comparison to today. If I remember rightly, it was probably about here somewhere, so I'm slowly but surely working my way down, but I use this every single day and in 3 months I've still barely made a dent in it. So I'm going to keep this in the project because I am intrigued as to how far down I can get it through the course of the year, but I am going to mark this with a pen now so I can keep track of it. The next item was the John Frieda Frizzies Leave-In Conditioner. And I have a pen mark here, if you can see it over the word leave. So I had this much left to go and I have actually finished this now, so I'm quite impressed with that and didn't think I'd finished that much in 3 months. This one is now being taken out of the project. I'm going to put this Moroccanoil hair treatment. This is one I received in a Latest in Beauty box and I am really enjoying using it. I was putting it on every time I washed my hair, but then noticed it was going a bit too soft, so now I'm trying to just use it once a week and that seems to be helping. And as you can see, I'm just past the neck of the bottle. It is a little, does go a very long way. You don't need much at all for each application. Again, at the beginning I was using too much, so now I seem to have mastered how much you need to use. I think I should still get a good while out of this, but I wanted to monitor how much I can actually get down in 3 months time, so that is one that's going in. Next thing we had is this Olay facial cleansing gel. This isn't a face wash that I use every day because I do have a few different micellar waters that I use to cleanse my face. This was just one I used every so often, so it was always going to last me a little while, and as you can see I was up to here with this much left, and I've actually finished this one as well. So now that I've finished this, I'm kind of between a couple of different face washes at the moment, trying to work out which one I like and want to continue using. I'm currently trying the e.l.f. one that I picked up not that long ago and I'm quite enjoying using it a bit more than this, to be honest. That may be my one going forward, but I say this one's done, so this one is out of the project. In its place, the Batiste Dry Shampoo in the fragrance Blush. And in my recent Tease video I had a sample size of the Amika dry shampoo and I keep trying to talk myself out of buying it because it is really expensive, but now I've kind of set myself a little challenge. I want to see how much of this I can get used, and then once it's finished I may consider buying the Amika one because it is really nice dry shampoo. And after using that and going back to this kind of disappoints me now. I've had this open for a little while and when I shook it, it's probably about half full. Obviously it's impossible to gauge because it's a spray can that you can't see through, but I think it's probably approximately halfway through. So we will see how far I get through that one or how long it takes me to finish this one. The next item is this Garnier Ultimate Blends Blonde Conditioner. And as you can see from the mark, I was up to here. And as the product is squished, it's actually, I can't puff it back out to measure where I was up to, but I think it's probably got about this much left. I've not used an awful lot considering I do use it twice a week, but I think I'm approximately here. I do want to try and gauge it properly and try and mark it up as best I can. I just didn't get a chance before filming this video, but I think I'm probably not much left at all. It's just hard to gauge because it won't puff back out, and that was measured when the bottle was fully inflated, which I didn't take into consideration. So I'm going to keep this one in for now, but I think with this one, this is just, I'm going to try and finish it rather than monitor the progress now, and I think I should do that in the next 3 months. The next item is the Seche Vite top coat, and I haven't made much of a dent in this one at all because I'm not reaching for it as much. I recently purchased an Essie nail varnish set which came with a top coat, and I'm actually preferring the top coat that came with that to this one. I'm reaching for that one over this. So my progress with this has halted. I will put a picture of where it was up to if you can see it. I remember it being not the best photo with it being a clear liquid. But this is where it's up to now, and I think I've taken hardly any off of it. I am going to remove this from the project pan because I'm not enjoying using it as much anymore and I'm not reaching for it, so I'm going to take that out. What I'm going to replace it with is this Rimmel eye makeup remover, and as you can see I've not got too much left, so it shouldn't take that long to use. But again, it's not a product that I'm reaching for as much to remove my makeup ever since I was sent the Clinique eye makeup remover from Superstay in the UK USA box swap, because that is so nice to remove your makeup. It makes your eyelids feel so soft afterwards. It's also great at removing lipstick. This can be a bit harsh, and if you put too much on the cotton pad it can sting your eyes ever so slightly, so what I do tend to just use this for now is to stick a cotton bud in the end and just use it to tidy up any mistakes on my eyeshadow. So I am still using it slowly but surely, but I'm not using it as a complete eye makeup remover now. So I want to see how long it's going to take to use that up, just using it to fix my mistakes. I suppose it depends on how many mistakes I make over the next few months, so that is one that's going in. Now we have the Rimmel Brow this way, and this was the influence to me starting the project pan. I will stick a picture in of where I was up to previously. And this is my current progress. So I have made a really good dent in this, but I've noticed that the product is actually deteriorating in that the colour's not as good as it used to be, and it's got a slightly orangey look to it now when I put it on. So I am actually going to take this out of the project and I'm going to bin it because I'm not reaching for it anymore, because the colour's just not what it used to be. So I am going to take this one out, but I am quite proud of my achievement with regards to panning it. In its place, I'm going to put this Beauty Pie Eyebrow Mousse. As you can see, I've made a good little dent in this. It is a very strange consistency, but I really enjoy using it. In the day, I tend to reach for a eyebrow pencil or a powder, but when I go out on a night out and I want a darker eyebrow look, this is what I tend to reach for, because it does take that little bit longer to fill in your brows, which I don't necessarily have time for in the morning before I go to work. But on a night out I tend to allow myself a bit more time to put my makeup on, and this is the one that I reach for, so I'm really enjoying using it. But because of the consistency of it, you can obviously see progress, and you can see where I've kind of stabbed into it. I wanted to see how much more dents in a way I can make it in the next few months, so I'm going to stick this one in the project. The next thing was the Barium Light Reflecting Concealer. Again, this is one that I didn't mark with a pen because it's not always it doesn't sit in a straight line in the bottle. So I will put a picture on the screen of where it was previously. And this is where we're up to now. I think I have used a bit more of it, but not a lot, because this is the concealer that I put on blemishes, and touch wood, I'm not getting as many blemishes as I used to, so I'm not feeling the need to reach for this as much. So I'm going to keep it in the project because it is still one that I do occasionally use, but that is where we're up to with that one. Next we have the Collection Lasting Perfection, and this is another concealer. It does have an opaque bottle, so we can't see where it is up to, but I think when it went into the project it was approximately halfway to maybe 2/3 full, whereas now I think I've probably only got about 1/3 left in it. This was the concealer that I applied every single day to my under eyes, and it was great at covering the dark circles I had, but recently due to lack of sleep my dark circles are even more pronounced, and this doesn't quite cut it anymore because of the undertones in it. I think I need more of a peachy undertone to colour the dark circles when I have darker circles. So I've not been reaching for this in the past couple of months because that's how long I've not slept for. And I recently purchased the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat in the shade 1, which has peach undertones, and that is working a dream, I think, at covering my dark circles, unless they are really, really dark, which they have been in the past couple of days, so I am struggling a bit, to be honest, but this just doesn't cut it at the moment. So I'm going to keep it in the project because I'm hoping my daughter sleeps again soon and my dark circles will fade ever so slightly, and be less purple and less aggressive, so that I can go back to using this because I do enjoy it. And I am enjoying using the Touche Eclat as well. That's obviously a more expensive product, so I want that to last as long as it can, whereas this is only £4 or £5 in the drugstore, so don't mind going through these as quick. Next we have the Tarte Light Camera Lashes Mascara, and this was one I put in the project because I really wasn't enjoying using it before it went in the project, and now because I've forced myself to use it, by the end I actually quite like this mascara now. I'm scraping at the barrel of it now, so I think I am going to say it is officially finished, but the past few times I've used it I've actually been quite pleased with the effect, so I don't know what the difference was with the start of the tube to the end of the tube, but I'm coming out of the project with a better opinion of it than when I went in. It's still not a mascara I would run out to buy. If it ever did cross my palm again kind of thing, I wouldn't be too disappointed, but yes, this one's finished, so this one is now out of the project. In its place I want to put the Barium Feature Length Mascara, and this is one that I've had for a little while now and it is coming to the end, but it is one I probably reach for most days when I'm going to work because it gives just the right amount of effect that I want. So I just thought I'd stick this in here because it's nearly finished and I think I will get it finished by the next update. Next we have the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. If I'm honest, I keep forgetting to put eyeshadow primer on because when I just wear more neutral colours I don't tend to notice when they fade. If I'm going out and I am wearing darker eye colours or more bright colours I will definitely wear this, but just for my day-to-day neutral makeup I don't tend to reach for it. Plus it's one more step that I don't really need in the morning, and so I'm not reaching for this an awful lot. I think when I started it was probably up to about here. Oh, actually I did mark this one with a pen. That as being up to there. Looking through with the light I think I'm now down to about here. So I am making slow progress, but it's not one that I'm going through very rapidly, but I'm still enjoying using the products. That's not necessarily a bad thing if it lasts a bit longer. Then we have this Too Faced Melted Lipstick. Because of the tube I can't see through to know how much I've got left in it, but I think I'm probably about halfway through this now. Again, this is another product that I'm really enjoying using. I reach for regularly for my work look because it is a really nice pinky muted nude. I'm not really in any rush to finish it, but I think progress wise I'm probably about halfway through now, whereas it was pretty full when I put it in the project. But I will keep this in anyway just to see how long it takes to use it up. Next we have the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I have been using this a lot, but looking at the pan you wouldn't be able to tell. I'll put a picture of what it was in the previous video. And as you can see, it looks pretty much the same. I don't seem to be making any progress on this at all. Not for the lack of trying, I am using this quite a lot, but I just can't seem to be making any progress. So because I'm enjoying using it, I don't want to force myself to sort of scrub into it more to make more of a dent. So I'm going to take this out of the project so that I can just enjoy using it and not force myself to overuse it, if that makes sense. What I'm going to replace it with is this e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. This is one where you can see where it's up to, but you can't necessarily mark it. I'm going to try and show it up to the camera, but it's obviously going to be very hard to do so without tipping half the product out. So that was pretty much full to the top when I purchased it, so I am going through it, but it is a product that I use every single day to set the concealer under my eyes, and I'm really pleased with it. I think it stops the concealer creasing under my eyes as quick, and I think I prefer to feel a matte consistency under my eyes as opposed to liquid, if that makes sense, or that might just be completely weird. But when this runs out, I will definitely repurchase it, but I want to see how long it lasts me, so I've put it in this project to be able to track progress in that way. The next thing was this Tarte blush in the shade Ornate, and this, like the Hoola bronzer, doesn't seem to be going anywhere fast. I'll stick a picture in of the previous update. And I think I've made a slight dent on the embossing on the pan, but not much. You can still see all of the detail, so again, another one I don't think I'm making much of a dent on, so I'm going to take it out of the project so I can just enjoy using it rather than overuse it. In its place, I'm going to put the Benefit Goof-Proof brow pencil. I have finally found a brow pencil that I love to use. Didn't mind using the It Cosmetics one. I like the size of the pencil in it, I just didn't like that it was quite dry, whereas this is just the perfect amount of creaminess that it goes through your brows easily without tugging on them, but also not too creamy that it deposits too much pigment in one go. Because I wanted to try it, I didn't buy the full size one, I bought the half size, and it does seem to be lasting me quite a while. I just again want to gauge how long it's going to last me, and this is something I do use every day. I want to turn it up because I don't want it to snap, but if I point down there, if you can see, that's how much I've used since I bought it, and I've probably been using it for maybe a month. So I want to see what kind of state the formula is in by the time I've run out of it, whether it is worth getting the full size one or if the product has deteriorated to just get another half size one again, because it'll last enough time, if that makes sense. So really loving this and glad I purchased it. The final product that was in the pan was actually a collection of products, and it was the Smashbox Be Legendary lipsticks. And what I said at the time was that I wanted to finish at least one of these, but because I do kind of dip between them, they all have different progress and things like that, I thought I'll just make it easier and I'll just leave one of them in, and I'll leave in the one I reach for the most, and that is the one that's in the shade Primrose. This actually sits in my work bag, so I use it throughout the workday. It's quite a moisturising lipstick. I use this to moisturise my lips throughout the day and add a bit of colour. I believe this is the one that I took the photo of to show progress when I filmed my first video, so I'll stick a photo of that up now. And this is how much we have left. So they do last quite a while, which is good, but I really like, because they are the travel size ones, I really like that the bullet is small because you get a lot of precision on it, and great for travel, great for having in a work bag. So really enjoying using these. I do reach for the other shades a lot as well, but this is the one that I go for, so I wonder how long it will actually last me. Hi, this is editing me, and surprise, surprise, I forgot something again, and I actually forgot the thing that I forgot the first time. This is the Barium Coco Loco Lip Oil, and as you can see, I'm about halfway done with this. I will stick a photo in of where I was up to last time. I think I have used a bit more, but it is getting really a bit murky now with a mixture of lip colours that I have on my lips when I'm applying this. So I think it might be time to put this in the bin because it is a bit, it should be clear, so it's a bit disgusting, sorry about that. I did actually have this out when I was filming, but I had it standing up on the side so that the liquid could settle and I could see how much was left, but just filmed the video and completely forgot I had it leaning on the side. So having to film this extra bit yet again, and I'm also taking that as a sign that I'm going to keep forgetting it, so I'm best taking it out of the project. I just need to buy a new one because this is slightly disgusting now. Anyway, on with the video. So that's all the products I had in my first project pan. and there's a couple more products I just want to stick in now. The first one is a travel size lipstick by Tarte, and this is in the shade Surf's Up. That is how big it is. And I haven't used more of this than I've used the Smashbox one. This was a smaller bullet to begin with, but I don't have much left at all. So I'm thinking it won't take me too long to finish this. This is another one that does actually live in my work handbag because it is quite a moisturising formula. It's slightly more drying than the Smashbox ones, but still a really nice formula. And I think once this runs out, I probably will purchase a full size one in a different shade, or see if they do have any sets of the trial size ones, because they do last a while, and I'm really enjoying travel size products at the moment, because by the time it takes you to get through them, sometimes they've gone bad if you get a full size one anyway. The next one I'm sticking in is a Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and this one is in the shade Seductress. And this is the sort of day-to-day lipstick that I wear. It's kind of my perfect nude, and I am using this a lot, so I don't think I have that much more of it left to use. I can't tell because of the opaqueness of the bottle, but I think this will probably be finished by the next project pan. But I wanted to see how long one of them lasts me, because this is one of my more recent acquisitions, but this is one of the ones that I use the most. So when I finish this, I will definitely repurchase it in the same shade, and then I'll have a rough idea as to how long it's going to last me based on the project. The final thing is a Tarte Man-Eater eyeliner. I actually have two of these because I got them in two different sets, and this is my favourite eyeliner. It has a really fine brush tip, and I don't have the steadiest of hands, but this is great to get right into the lash line with minimum effort. And I say I have got another one there, but I've not opened the other one, so I want to see how long this lasts before it either runs out or dries up. But I've had this quite a while and it's still going strong. It's not drying up in the slightest. So really enjoying using this, and would recommend even getting the mini size, I would say, because the full size, from what I've heard, does dry out quicker than these. I don't know if it's because of how compact the liquid is in these, they last longer. But that's why I want to put this in, to see how long I can get out of this one. So that is it for my project pan update. I'm quite pleased with my progress so far. I'm really happy that I managed to finish up some products in my first go round. I think if I'd have done it monthly, that wouldn't have been the case, but I have got some sense of achievement from finishing some of the products. So I have really enjoyed doing this, and it has made me appreciate the products I have more. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.